get out of bed this instant.
And turn it on. Glenn, Angel, and the Fly Dutchman. The Big Show on Kiss 92.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to the biggest and best breakfast show in the world. We are The Big Show, and every Tuesday we have, our favorite gal. She is an award-winning psychologist from the therapy room, still refuses to see me. Dr. Geraldine Tan, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Gerry. Earlier I called you our pocket full of sunshine.
There's a show, a Korean show called The Daily Dose of Sunshine, and it is actually about mental health. So all the clinical disorders like depression, so the nurse gets into depression, there's schizophrenia. So there are different disorders that it's worth someone to just watch.
Oh, okay. I rather watch Master of the House.
Which is
also, there's a lot of disorder there. A lot of sex as well.
It's not Korean, right?
It's Thai.
It's Thai.
Master of the House. 7 episodes. Oh my goodness. So good.
Oh, okay.
So good. All dysfunctional, lots of disorder, and lots of sex.
Oh, nice. Well, speaking of sex.
Correct. Which is what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Gerry.
Yes, we are. So sexual boundaries, because I really realize the youth, the teens these days struggle a lot with, whether someone can touch them. What do I do when someone looks at me? How do I fend off unwanted or inappropriate attention? So I thought, okay, let's talk about it, and I think more people need to know about it.
True enough.
Yeah.
You have 2 teenagers. I know I don't want to rope any personal matters in, but
No.
I mean, as a mom and as a mom of teenagers, and because we're talking about teenagers and sexual boundaries,
Yes.
I mean, like, how would you manage it? Would you manage it? You know what I'm trying to say. Do you see any issues from your children that you would like to share, or if you do, what would you do?
Her children.
I mean, they're 14 and 16.
Yes.
They are at that age.
That age.
So since when they were young, 3-4 years old, I told them nobody can touch your body, even if it is a guy, or even if it is, grandpa or daddy for the girls, to be very cautious also. So we teach them about good touch and bad touch. Even for the older one is a boy, and I did sit with him, and as I was driving and he's looking in front and I'm looking in front, no eye contact, and then I go, what do boys in school talk about? Do you all talk about masturbation? And he went, what? He was like, Mom, what do you think we talk about? I said, oh, well, let's be open and talk about it, right? So, just having that open conversation with them, at least I try. I don't know if it is the best way, because every child is different, but I try.
What a solid mom.
Yeah. Very.
Awesome,
very.
I'm a very lazy mother.
I mean, I love my mom, but I wish you maybe was my mom also.
I don't think you're lazy. You
Back
know
in the
what?
day.
You know what you've done. You started young with them. So that when they come to this age, it's not a lot of hard work, because you've already built that foundation. But not a lot of people would have started at 3-4 years old telling their kids, oh, you shouldn't be touched like this, or this is what you need to look out for. Not many
Because
parents
a lot of
would
people,
do that.
A lot of parents don't know what they're saying also.
Exactly. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
They're not making any sense.
No, but a lot of parents are not going to do it at 3 and 4 because they think, oh, the child's too young. It's never going to happen at this age.
Yeah.
Which is why you see the wisdom,
No.
Yeah.
the lack of.
It does
I
happen
don't think
at
it's a
that age.
lack of wisdom. I think every parent is different, because every parent is learning. There is no
No,
textbook.
they're shy,
There's no
I
book.
think.
And they're conservative.
Too conservative. That's why their kids become wild later, because they don't want to
So
be
that-
conservative.
That's why we're talking about it here, and we are being
Yeah.
very open about it.
Right.
So some of the topics that we're going, or the points that we're going to talk about, may be a little bit uncomfortable for people. Not meant to offend anyone, but we're just openly talking about it.
You see, I was brought up to be conservative.
And
In
look
the
at
end,
what happened to you.
Was I conservative?
Well, let's continue the conversation and let's get open and let's get let's bear it all.
Okay.
On the Big Show
Yep.
TV.
Bear it all.
Bear it. You like what I did there? Yes.
Okay. Here's Madison Beer with Make You Mine on Kiss 92.
Personally, I think it's difficult for teenagers.
It's hard.
More so in this day and age where there's so much political correctness that they have to live by, but at the same time, their bodies are going through this turmoil.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's got to be really hard for them.
And then they see all this stuff online.
TikTok,
you know,
YouTube, wherever they go.
The perfect
Yep,
bodies, the imperfect bodies, the boys and girls fooling around with each
Yeah.
other, or what have you.
Yeah.
And they want to meet those standards, or I don't know how they think now. It's been a long time since I've been a teenager.
But let's define sexual boundary first.
Okay, let's
so
do
that
that.
gives us a little bit of frame, right? So sexual boundaries include your right to sexual consent, preferences, desire, and privacy. Sexual boundaries define where, when, how, and with whom you desire sexual intimacy. So that frames our talk today before we go in. Now, I've got a kind of a situation that I want you all to comment on. So would you, so for the guys, right? And then for Angel, you can also chime in. For the guys, would you go up to, if you were like 16, 17 or 18, you go up to a girl and ask them, hey, you wear tampon or you use pad? Huh?
Okay, so now we go back. Now we go back to that age. Let me think.
Never.
Yes.
I never asked.
Never.
I never asked because I knew. You see, I went to the toilet. I saw. Okay, that belonged to her. So don't have to ask.
Oh, at 14, 16, or 18? That's where the age group she's talking about.
My first girlfriend.
Okay.
No, I would never have asked that question. Never.
But
Okay.
after that, once you know, then you kind of talk about it.
You're talking about, okay, it's not for me, but strangers or
Actually,
friends?
can I just say that I was very fascinated with the tampon.
How so?
I when I was a kid, I think I was like 7 years old or whatever. I went to my cousin's house.
Okay.
I saw these things in a box. I was wondering, what is this, right? With the string coming out now.
You put it in the water.
Did you ever put it in a bottle of
Because
Coke?
it's in a plastic, right?
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
Then you pull it out, right?
Applicator, yes. It's
Yes,
called an
applicator. And I realized what it was. It was a tampon, right?
Right.
You,
So, yeah, at that
you
point.
realize it was
I
a tampon?
realized that because you hear about it. It's very new at that
You
time.
said you were 7.
Oh, 7, yes.
Wow, okay.
7
Okay.
in 1977.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
When was the tampon?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my cousin was way ahead of her time.
Yeah.
But I knew it was very absorbent. So I took one mug from the right,
Oh no!
and I filled the mug with water, right, and I put the thing in. I got a shock of my life. It absorbed all the water.
You're like, I didn't realize it was that absorbent.
Straight away, I threw it into the dustbin. Right? And then I was like, okay, now I
You get it.
I kind of, yeah.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
that's good education for a
Yeah.
child that age.
Yes.
For
And
sure.
it all started from one question from you, Doctor.
And then there was another time I spilled water on the floor. I was thinking,
Use the tampon to clean it up.
since I didn't have any kitchen towels.
Oh, right.
No, there was no. This is my own house. Me and my brother only. No, there were no tampons in the house. No.
So, Jerry,
Back
you
to
know where
the
this is
topic.
Yes,
heading
but
today.
sorry about that. I don't know
okay.
why the hell I brought that up even. Anyway, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
But that's something that is girls sometimes find it very difficult to fend off where a guy may suddenly ask that question. So is that question valid or not valid? I mean, I don't know. It's a very difficult, boundary.
I think there's no harm asking that question.
I completely disagree. It's none
Why?
of your business.
That's what I agree with. There's
Really?
none
It's
of
none
your
of your
like-
business what she
like,
uses.
what's the relevance of this question?
Yeah. It doesn't change her as a girl or as a woman.
Doesn't lah, but as a kid, I want to know.
Why? That's the thing. If
Then-
you can say why you want to know,
Then I can buy the correct one and put it in my bag in
But-
case there's an
But
emergency.
you see,
Oh
Dr.
my
Gerry,
God.
Dr. Gerry, are you saying the guys are walking up to friends, girlfriends, strangers,
So
colleagues,
if it's
like girl?
okay, if it's a girlfriend, so if it's just a friend or a colleague, would it be different? If it's a girlfriend,
it wouldn't be
would it
different.
No,
Okay,
not
okay.
different.
It shouldn't be
So
different.
that's Angel's perspective. And what would you then do? Because then what we are saying is it crossed your boundary line because you're uncomfortable. Then what can we then do for the girl, right? What can we then do or say to the guy? Because like Glenn doesn't think it is. So if Glenn
Yeah.
is your boyfriend and Glenn asks you and you go like, I want to give you a slap, but you know you're my boyfriend, and you think it's a legitimate question. So then what do we do then? Because it crossed somebody's boundary.
I think I would like to ask what exactly the reason behind that question is. You know, like what is the relevance?
What do you mean? You don't understand?
No,
so,
no,
for
no, no.
example, I asked. I won't say I'm asking.
understand the question.
So it's like if the lady suddenly tells me she uses like pads, let's say.
Okay.
Okay. What? Everyone's using tampons these days. How come you're using a pad? That would be the reason. I asked.
Okay.
Wow.
Just to find
Yeah, you
out.
see, nobody really understands what he just said.
Because okay.
So why aren't you going with the trend?
I would be surprised because in my mind, right? You know.
You know, you would be surprised how many people do not use tampons.
Tampons, yeah.
I know. That's why.
You know, I
Well-
think you know, it was this whole myth about you would lose your virginity and we don't want no, really.
No, I know some
Yeah.
women who can't use them.
There are some
Oh.
that cannot physically
Yeah.
use it,
Yes.
but there was also the mindset that you would lose your virginity, or
Yes.
mothers would not want their girls to have that feeling
Yes.
of that insertion into them,
Yeah.
because it would simulate
Simulate.
that same sort of action that would happen when they have sex.
But that's conservative thinking.
It's
as
very
well.
conservative thinking, and a lot of people are like that. I know adults that still use pads for the very reason that they cannot use tampons because they
Then the
weren't brought up
Johnson
on it.
ones, those are like shorter.
The OB ones.
You see?
But
Do I know my
very-
stuff or not?
You know your stuff.
You do.
You know it more
You're
than
well informed.
I always have these things in my car, just
more-
for information.
Oh, just in case. Okay, girls, if you're ever in trouble, you'll know where to go.
For emergency.
Ken's
Yes,
car.
yes. It's true.
Like I'm way past that time.
Rather than rushing to the damn supermarket
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
looking
yeah.
desperate.
That's true. That's true. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I just hope that when we finish the shift, there's not a queue next to Glenn's car.
I'm very experienced in this area.
Hang on. Hang on.
Okay, stand by.
Oh.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the BKE towards the PIE before the KJE exit, an accident has occurred, causing congestion all the way to the SLE exit. This looks like a big one, actually. Avoid lanes 1, 2, and 3. On Lentor Avenue, also towards the SLE, I beg your pardon, a vehicle's broken down after Yishun Avenue 1. And finally, on the KJE towards the PIE, another accident, this time after Sungai Tengah's exit, causing congestion all the way to Chua Chu Kang Drive's exit. Avoid lane 2. Wherever you are this morning, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today is award-winning psychologist from the therapy room, Dr. Geraldine Tan, who still
Good
refuses me as her client.
Cannot.
No, you cannot. Okay, so where were we, Dr. Jerry?
I'm going to move on to
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
exactly. That's what I meant.
Please, yes,
Otherwise,
yes.
Glenn will continue. But anyone that needs one, go to Glenn. But
Yes.
we were talking about different influences, and you were talking about, social media, TikTok. I saw one that was very appalling. It's called kissing your best friend.
Okay.
Did you see those? So
No.
the trending, maybe the young ones like Shalini or Cheyenne may have seen those TikTok or YouTube videos. No?
Shalini or
You
Cheyenne,
should see the faces.
did you guys see the kissing
Yeah,
your best
no.
friend videos?
Yeah, I've seen
Oh.
that.
Oh, okay. So you're not talking about
they
a
were-
peck on the lips, are you?
Sometimes it is, sometimes it turns into something else. I don't know why it came onto my feed, but then I saw and I was like, wow, it's, very relevant for whatever we are talking today. So even like, last week we were talking about the language. So my oldest son got really angry because I was researching all the different words, right? So words like riz, words like get. And when I said it out loud, I just said those words. And what happened? So Josh went, Mom, you cannot say those words. And I was like, why? It's just words, right? It doesn't riz mean charisma, doesn't get means big butt. And he goes, no, there's a sexual connotation there. I was like, oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah. So he was so appalled that I was saying the words out loud. And I had no idea how the words were being used on social media.
So we also don't know. So we want to know.
What is
it?
get or cat or whatever it is?
Riz.
Riz is charisma, right?
Which one is worse, Riz or Giat? Or Kiat?
Cheyenne. Cheyenne is our go-to Gen Z.
One or two?
I think probably Gyat.
Okay,
Okay.
why?
Yeah.
Why
First and foremost, how do you spell Giat?
Gyatt.
is it an acronym or?
No, okay, so it started off like when you see someone walk past you and they've got like a big behind, you go like Gyat. Damn.
All right.
You know, like
Get what again?
like goddamn.
Oh.
Yeah, it goes like Gyat like that. So that's like it's like a sound effect, but it became like Gyat is just the
Oh, it started
across
off as
word
like
for-
God.
yes.
Right. Okay.
No, no,
Okay.
no.
And
That-
it-
during our time, it was like, damn!
yeah,
Yeah.
precisely.
So it's a Giat. Giat!
Got it.
Okay, got it now.
And now it's been
It's not,
shortened.
not so bad, what, Jerry? It's okay. It's not. I thought it was worse.
we had songs about it back in the day.
No, but what's interesting is we're all going, yeah, it's okay. But her son, Jerry's son, immediately picked up on the sexual connotation
Yeah.
of big butt.
Correct.
That's what I'm walking away with. Big butt suddenly had a sexual connotation.
Yes.
Remember the song? I like
Yeah, that's
big
what I'm
butts.
saying.
I
That you
Exactly.
lie. You other. Yeah, can't deny. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's move on.
Okay. All right, let's continue to talk to Jerry on the Big Show TV. It is 8:17.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is so confusing for so many teens and youths, because last week we were talking about the developmental stages, right, by Eric Erikson. So the teens, their identity, their role confusion, and the youth, the intimacy, the craving for intimacy, and the fear of isolation. So they belong in these two stages, and they are trying to explore their sexual needs and sexual desires also, because their body is going through changes also. So the sexual fantasies also get quite exciting during this period of time. So what FD is saying, where the boys start talking and then an innocent word just gets taken into that sexual realm. Yeah, so that is very, very common, because there's a lot of exploration, there's a lot of experimentation, and we do need to, as adults, guide them a little bit more, and talk to them a bit more openly about it without being, shy or being embarrassed about it, just like how we are talking about it now.
How do we talk to them, Jerry? And I go back because this word has been bugging me since the moment you mentioned it a couple of minutes ago. How do we talk to them about this without invading their privacy? Because
How would you
privacy to me
invade
is weird, yeah?
Your experience, well, you should know.
At what age does privacy come into it? Because I think I made a few mistakes with my girls.
Of course, everyone makes mistakes. No one gets it completely
Completely right.
Yeah.
I would not have made a mistake.
You would have made
You would
plenty
have
of
for
mistakes.
sure.
We would have now,
Plenty.
will we?
Until someone comes running along like a teenager going, "Daddy, Daddy!"
So I got two questions, Jerry. He did. Yeah. I've got two questions. At what age does privacy begin? The right to privacy, and how do we deal with this without invading a child's privacy?
Well, it's so difficult. Just now I was mentioning about, starting the children young. So, the boy goes to toilet, and when can they go to the toilet independently? Actually quite young, isn't it?
Yeah.
When they're about like 4, 5 years old, 3 years old.
They
I mean,
should,
4 years
yeah.
old. Let's go with 4 years old. Right? The girl can go and wipe her bottom. The guy can go and stand and pee at the urinal. So by that time, we give them a little bit of privacy already when they go to the toilet. We would not accompany, so the mother would not accompany the son into the toilet, and the father would not go in, if the little girl just needs to pee. Right. I mean, if she needs help wiping the bottom, that's a different story altogether, right? But we want to give them as much privacy as possible, as young as possible. That's my take of it.
Okay, but that's physical
Right.
privacy. I'm talking about sexual privacy.
What? But why?
Sexual privacy, but if you've never spoken to them about the sexual part of things, the birds and the bees, how would you know where they are at? That's my question. Right?
How old do you start?
Because
talking to kids?
FD was telling me sometime back you would make them do things in front of you
Oh, what the hell?
in your living room. You're saying?
Glenn!
You are
No,
awful.
no,
You are awful.
No, I'm serious.
No, let me qualify this. I told my girls
Yeah.
that if you're going to kiss your boyfriend, you can do it in front of me.
There, you see?
Oh, right.
But that's too much for me as well. I cannot do
Why?
that.
Only because I didn't want them in a stairwell where
yes.
even worse things could happen.
But would
Yeah.
that make most people uncomfortable?
But I
Gerry?
think I think I qualify what FD is saying, and I don't mean to speak
No,
for you,
no.
but when he says in front of me, he doesn't literally mean he's going to sit there and watch them do it.
Of course not lah, but in the living room lah.
or
Yeah.
in the house,
In the house,
or be
yeah.
in a safe environment.
But
It
you
means
might, like,
safe
turn
environment.
and maybe see them. Right, I mean,
Oh no, I have got them kissing.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
But then would you be comfortable with that? Because I know many parents would not. They were like, oh,
Yeah.
whatever it is, don't
I'll
do these
agree.
things in front of
In
me.
front of me, yeah, there are
You
some
know
that
what I
would
agree.
say, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. What do you think?
So
Gerry?
I would say that, what FD is saying is, if you need to do anything, do it in the light. Don't
my
do it in
knowledge,
the
yeah.
dark.
Yes.
But it's
you know,
unusual, right?
Not really, because if you want to do anything in the dark, you want to do anything in secret, and we had talked about the power of secrets before, and we will question, right? Why would there be a need to do certain things in the dark? Are you trying to hide something?
No, but normally, what all of us before when we had girlfriends, boyfriends, we would never
Yeah, do it
Yeah,
without
in-
parents' knowledge.
Yes,
Yeah, no,
I
I
would
get what
want to
you're
go
saying.
far away from my parents.
I get what you're saying, but I
Like to the
feel-
beach or what? Okay.
Yeah, to the
Or
beach
in the
or in the
theatre.
stairwell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like children only hide what they do from their parents because they know their parents will disapprove.
Yes.
Got
That's
a
the
point.
only
You got a
reason
point.
that they won't do it. I mean, why do you keep secrets? Because you know the person you're keeping the secret
Yes.
from will disapprove, no matter what the secret is.
So if you're searching for that sense of love and belonging, and you think that your parents will not condone that, and it goes against that love and belonging need, we were using choice theory as a frame, and I'll go into that in a little bit. So I'm also using one of the pillars of choice theory, love and belonging. And most children at this teen age and in their youth still want to know that they are loved and belong. So this causes a lot of trouble, because if they are moving forward and they don't feel the love and belonging at home, they will go out and they will try and search for this love and belonging in places that may not be too appropriate. So that results in this where Cheyenne and Shalini can help chime in. In the past, we talk about friends with benefits. Now there's skinship, there's situationship. I have no idea what it is. Yeah. So we need to get the young girls to help explain what these words are. Auntie Gerry here does not understand any of it.
What is skinship, Cheyenne?
There's
Cheyenne,
Cheyenne.
no? Do you know? Skinship?
Cheyenne is looking at me going, no,
It's
don't,
like,
don't come to
don't
me.
ask me to
Don't
explain
come to me.
this.
You know what? Cheyenne, are you going to answer or no?
Skinship, is it sex? Is it
No,
sex?
no. I think actually it
No,
came
no,
from
no.
like K-pop or like Chinese drama kind of thing. Skinship is just any kind of like physical affection. It doesn't necessarily have to be sexual. It's just any kind of physical affection that could lead to something romantic. Not necessarily with a sexual
Physical
connotation.
touch, bonding
Ah,
through
skinship.
physical
Yeah.
Skinship, is
Physical
it?
touch. That means, whatever, it's groping or whatever it is, I think, okay, from whatever the clients explain to me.
I have it here as also spending time together naked for social bonding.
Oh.
Skinship.
All right.
Well, but that's what it says on Wikipedia.
There you go.
I'm just reading what's on
That's
the
what I
internet.
like.
Skinship. But you know what, Dr. Gerry? Me growing up during my teen years, I remember this one phrase, and I can't remember where I heard it, and it's something that has stuck with me till now. That girls will use sex to get "I love yous," and boys will use "I love yous" to get sex.
Yep.
Wait, again. Girls?
Girls will say, girls will use sex to get an "I love you." Okay? To
Okay.
get the emotional
Yeah.
side of it. But the boys will use "I love yous," the emotional side, to
To
draw the girl in to get
I've
the
heard
sex.
that too. Yeah.
Is that what you see, Dr. Gerry?
Actually, it's a little bit blurred these days, but yes, I get where it comes from in the past. But in this day and age, even the guys will give sex to get the "I love
The
you."
emotionals.
It's about love and belonging.
You see?
And
Yeah.
so I give sex to get the "I love you" is I need the love and belonging. If I use the "I love you" to manipulate to get sex,
Yes.
I'm in power. So my power need is very high. I need to be on top. Yeah. So
You know what?
if we
I think love, the term love is used, too loosely.
Too
here.
loosely,
I
for
agree.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I will not use LOV, for no reason. I rather use the word lust.
You always
last
saying
you.
I love you, though, to everybody.
Then-
Now lah. How old am I now?
That's true.
But back
These-
then, no way.
These are two things I never
Hang
say
on.
unless I absolutely
Hang
mean
on,
it.
hang on. We can talk about
Yeah,
that.
we talk about it.
Kiss 92 traffic.
There's one situation. Watch that F1 car go by. There's one situation on the TPE towards the PIE. Before the KPE exit, an accident has been spotted, causing quite a bit of backup to the Pongal Road exit. Avoid lane 1 if you're there. If you spot anything else, just update us. 8855509020.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. We are with Dr. Geraldine Tan.
I'd like to get Jerry's comment on this, because these are two things I never do, and I taught my children to never do. You never say "I love you" unless you mean it, and you never say "I'm sorry" unless you mean it. If you're not sorry, don't say it. That to me is more important than the love. If you're not sorry, don't say it.
Yeah, people use sorry so
Sorries
easily
and "I
these
love
days.
yous." They get spat out so often.
I say sorry all the time.
No, yeah, you should say. And sorry means never having to do it again.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Yeah.
say sorry and then they repeat their mistakes,
Yeah.
or they quickly forget
Yeah.
that what they're sorry for as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is. I get where you're coming from. So the "I love you" and the "sorry," you need to mean it. But when they are children, they actually don't know the meaning. So most of us, if I ask you or ask any one of the listeners, what does love mean? Oh, it is very, very hard to define, and each person will have their own definition. So when when they are children, when they are teens, we still encourage them to say sorry. But we get them to specify, what are you sorry for? So they elaborate. Even when we are angry with our children, so as parents, we still say, I love you. Not because we feel it at that moment, but because they need to hear that we still love them as a person, but we don't approve of their behavior. So their behavior is wrong, but we still love them for who they are. So we are trying to teach them the meaning behind what is love. The
Love means,
unconditional part.
love means you're willing to die for the person. That's how I define love. I'm serious. Which is why every time I end a marriage, I always say, I don't love you anymore.
So you won't die for the person
you won't
anymore.
die
Yeah,
for that person.
it's true. Right? I mean, how else do you define love?
Well, that's your way of defining it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's everybody, like Dr. Gerry says, has a different way of defining love.
Yeah, so it is important also for us to teach them, because they don't know the meaning of love. Therefore, they use it anywhere, anytime, any place. And they equate, like what Angel said, right? They equate love to sex to love.
Yeah.
But that's not the equation.
You want sex, just ask for sex.
Glenn's like, I don't
It's
need
true.
to love you.
No, but Glenn has lived his life like that from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sex is sex, love is love.
Yeah, no, that's what Dr. Gerry
But
is
sometimes
saying.
it comes together as well.
It's a package deal if it does. You
It's
know?
a feeling.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, anyway, let's continue to talk to Gerry on The Big Show TV. Up next, Megan Thee Stallion featuring Yuki Chiba. This is Mamushi on Kiss 92.
Mamushi.
Before we go too much into the sex part, I think I just want to give a quick shout out to a talk that we are doing on 24th of August. I think Cheyenne has the poster at YWCA. So it's for women, and Gabriel is a lovely personal branding expert. She's wonderful. And I'll cover the women's mental health. And my friend Dr. Junie will be leading the moderation on that day itself. So join us on that day.
So what is it? Be
there will
real,
be
be
also
Be real, be better.
Yes, be real, be better. We want to be authentic. So we're all about being authentic. But how can we be authentic, and what can we do about it, about ourselves? So it's for women. So if you're going to bring your kids down, don't worry. There's bouncy castle. There's a play zone, and there's a whole charity carnival too.
Yes.
Nice.
Just leave your kids in another
area.
Yes. So, but on that day, we won't be talking about sex, okay? I just have
Oh. Where's the sex therapist here?
Where?
No, I said where is the sex
Yeah.
therapist?
No. Okay, back to sexual boundaries. So sexual boundaries, what you wear, how people touch, touching of the body, what you're comfortable doing, but it's also how people see your body. So I've got another situation here for us to think about. So if, let's say, you're bringing your daughter out, and this guy is looking at your daughter up and down, just eyeing your girl, yeah? And then he looks like he's holding up the camera to take a photo of your daughter. What would we do?
Hammer the guy.
No, you don't know if he's taken, yeah? And that's the difficulty. It's a real situation. So a friend of mine actually faced this situation, and, she was livid, but we were all stuck because we don't know whether this guy actually took a photo of the girl or not. So there is... What do we do in that situation? I don't
it's
know.
not
Cannot.
illegal for
It's not illegal.
for people to take photos of you without your permission.
yeah.
We found that out.
It's not.
It is not
it's
illegal. That's the thing.
So must be sure. Lah.
Wait.
Unless
Must
it's
be
like
sure.
an upskirt or up to your face kind of thing. What can you do?
Jerry, I want to ask the question. Was
Yes.
your friend livid at the man taking the picture or at the child for what they were wearing or at themselves for allowing the child to wear that?
No, how old was the child? You're talking about how old? Young.
Teen. A
Oh,
teen
teen.
child. A teen child.
So he was livid at the
Normal-
person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
normal
does
outfit,
it matter
t-shirt.
though?
It does. It does.
I don't know, because earlier you mentioned sexual boundaries. Like you mentioned it very quickly. What you wear.
Yeah.
Yes.
How
well,
are we drawing the line on
okay,
that?
No, I didn't say what we wear. I said what clothes. About our clothes. Slightly different because sometimes is sexual boundary can be, oh, I'm okay with the guy if they touch me with clothes on. But I don't want the hand to go underneath my shirt, for example.
Naturally.
Or sometimes it's like, oh, okay, a touch of a tie is okay. But if you put your hand in my pants, I'm gonna slap you. So it's the clothes and yeah, so that's what I mean. So not about what we wear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
No, no.
boundaries. Yes. But some people, I think, whether guy or girl, we do know that people can look at us and we feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's almost like they've got X-ray vision and we feel naked in front of them.
Yeah.
I think that's what my friend was reacting to, like the look that the guy was giving the girl, despite her wearing just normal t-shirt and jeans, was not a pleasant look that he was giving her.
I have this issue with like what people wear and why people care. You know what I mean? Of course, if you wear something that's very exposing, then people are going to look no matter what, whether you're a
Yes.
guy or a girl. Exposing. But
Sure.
I mean, like, you cannot say, of course they're going to look at you, look at what you're wearing. You know what I mean? I mean, especially now, it's no longer politically allowed, not even correct for you to say, oh, yeah, of course, you deserve it because you're dressed that way. You know what I mean? It's not
Deserve
something.
what?
No, the look,
the
the,
look,
touch,
the
the rub,
touch, the
whatever
whatever.
it
No,
is.
I-
You know what I mean? You cannot, like,
You
because
can't say it.
FT brought that up just now. He
Yeah.
said, was it what the child
No, but
was
you also have to
wearing,
understand,
yeah.
guys will be guys.
Of course.
Okay, if I go out there and I see a girl with really, they've got these
Tube tops.
new age denim shorts
Oh
that
my gosh.
exposes the butt
Every-
cheeks as well.
Not just that, it's cut up almost like a swimwear in the
Yeah.
front.
Well, I'm
I've seen
glad
it
you
as
feel that
no,
way.
I've seen it as well.
So I mean, when a girl is wearing something like that, and then something that is exposing her boobs,
Yeah.
she's not wearing a brassiere, and
Yeah, yeah.
everyone can see for themselves. Well,
Yeah.
you don't expect a guy to, guys will look.
No, I look as well.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So the difference I'm saying is the exposing clothes versus the type of fashion.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a difference between the two. Because yes, there is a lot of stuff out there these days that look like you need to put extra clothes on.
Yeah.
I have to agree.
Yeah. So I disagree with people who say it doesn't matter what the girl is wearing.
I
she
say
can
it
be
does.
half naked. You have no right to feel a certain way when you look at her.
I say no.
You
I mean, even women look these days.
Correct.
I've
Yeah.
seen some of the fashion,
Yeah.
which is just like, and I've seen some young girls. They look like they're 12, but obviously they've changed once they've left the house. And the parents don't see what they're wearing. On the train and all that. I'm just like, oh no. Okay.
Yeah, so it's also how.
We'll go
hold on,
traffic and
Gerry.
then we'll come back.
Okay.
Kiss 92 traffic.
If you're on the AYE heading towards the MCE, look out at the Yuanqing Road exit because a vehicle has broken down. Also on the TPE towards the PIE. This is right before the KPE exit. An accident has been spotted causing quite a bit of backup. Avoid lane 1 if you're heading that way. Wherever you are this morning, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It's Glenn Angel and the Flying Dutchman with the one and only Dr. Geraldine Tan.
Hello.
A comment on our Facebook page, Gerry, is that the parent should just stand between the camera and the child.
Yeah, but sometimes it is not possible. So so in that situation, it may not have been possible, but it is frustrating for the parent because your child is now being kind of stripped naked by a stranger, but there's nothing we can do. So it's a very, very helpless feeling that we have. But having said that, we were talking about clothes also.
Wait, Gerry, but then very
And
quickly, you can ask the guy what if let's say you look at the guy and you're a bit suspicious, you can go up to the guy and ask the
Really?
guy, did you just snap a photo of my daughter or whatever, and then see what the person says. The person will most likely say no.
Nobody's going to admit it.
Yeah, but whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's better, right, to just ask the person rather than
I don't
So you
know.
wonder. I kind of will know lah, actually. After you ask the person that question,
You'll know by the
you will-
reaction.
Yeah,
yes,
but
yes.
if you know that he took the picture, what are you going to do?
Spit on the guy.
it's tough.
Okay. Anyway.
So I agree with you. I agree with you. Maybe we should have just acknowledged and made known to the person, hey, I'm watching you, just like you're watching my girl. That might work. That would deter him from more unwanted sort of attention, I suppose.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a good tip. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
What would you do,
tip
Dr.
from Uncle
Gerry?
Glenn. Stare at the person. Really just stare him down. I don't know how to confront like
Same.
what Glenn does. So, just really look at the person and make sure that I've got my eye on you. At least that's my way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Do whatever makes you
talking
feel
about-
better. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's true. We were talking about clothes also, and Angel was talking about certain types of clothes. So not those that are really really cut in places that show everything, but maybe shorter skirts. And this is a scene that I've seen on the train. What I'm trying to also figure out is how the youth think about it, because I was quite perplexed. So this is we were all standing on a train some years ago, and this girl had a shorter skirt, not really short, but a shorter skirt. So on the train, there was a guy beside me, and there was space on the other side, but he would stand so close to the girl and put his
Oh, no.
phone nearer to the girl. Okay, so I kind of wedged myself in between. So there was space, right? I had no business wedging myself in between, but I was like, and pushed the girl. But then the crowd came in and she was shifted again. And again, he put his phone underneath. Now, this girl might have felt the phone touching her skirt or on her skin, but she didn't flinch at all. And I gepo, right? Just wedged myself in between. I have no idea whether he was flipped the other way, so the camera was down. I cannot see the screen, so there was no way I could verify. But he was just putting it down. He wasn't like bending his arms or anything. So it's very hard for me to say, okay, he's actually filming something also. So when I went out, I say, hey, sweetheart, did you feel anything or not? Because this girl appeared clueless. Completely
Bimbo.
clueless.
Like a lot of them are.
And she stared at me like I was the perpetrator. Like, I was like, did you know that someone was coming very close to you? And she gave me a frown, like up and down, like young girl, yeah, youth. And I was like, oh my God, did I do the right thing or not? So I don't know what youths think about it now. Whether it is something they are bothered about or they are not bothered about it at all.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's what I thought.
That's a
very
strange
interesting
situation.
about boundaries.
it's possible that she just didn't care.
Yeah,
right?
it is
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay
yeah.
lah. You want to take a
Yeah.
photo, take a
Take a
photo.
photo.
lah.
Or she didn't feel it and she's like, what business is it of yours? Who cares? You know, that
Yeah.
doesn't really matter.
It wasn't your window. Why are you poking your nose in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But that was sweet what you tried
It
to
was,
do.
of
Gerry.
course, yeah. Our superhero.
I don't know. I don't know whether he was or not, but it was very uncomfortable. His wrist angle, his camera angle.
Suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a lot of space elsewhere. Why was he trying to snuggle up to this girl, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
So,
continue to
yeah.
talk to Gerry on the Big Show TV. It's 8:45.
Wake up.
One thing I do have to mention also, and this goes for boys and girls, is the way they sit in public.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. I have seen and I think this is down to upbringing. This is down to the parents. You know, I've seen girls and boys in school uniforms with shorts that are maybe too big for them, or
Yep.
girls with the skirts on, you know, or older girls as well with short skirts on and all that, and sitting on the train or in public and all with their legs wide open.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, and you're just kind of like,
Yeah.
how do you not know?
Yeah.
You know, or do you just
That-
not care?
Maybe they were wearing squats.
No, they wouldn't
No,
know.
these are skirts.
Even if
Oh,
you're wearing
wow.
bloomers or shorts underneath, just because you're wearing safety pants underneath doesn't mean everybody needs to see your pants.
But that's what safety pants feel like, you see, safe.
Yeah,
And that's what
Yeah.
many of the girls would say, that,
Okay,
you
but-
know, I've got
True.
safety shorts underneath.
But the thing is, if you have that mindset going forward, by the time you actually wear a skirt without safety pants underneath, you're going to still sit like thinking you have, you have the freedom to spread.
And I will give you the thought of the average male when you have safety pants and you sit like that.
It's still
You
the
are
same
inviting
thought.
me to look.
It's the same thought.
I'm
you know?
sorry, that's the way a man will think.
Because shorts or not, you still see the inner thigh.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes,
It's still a fairly intimate area of someone's body. It's not something that is exposed
Sure.
unless you're swimming or something. Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know. I don't know whether. Yeah. Well,
Because
No.
that's to me at least. Maybe I'm conservative or what, but I just think that parents should teach their kids how to sit down properly. Boys as well.
what do you mean? Oh, so
No,
boys
boys
got to.
too.
Boys as well. I mean, their school shorts are not fitted as well. You know, they're like sitting down and shorts. The thighs are big, and all you see right up to their underwear.
I've never seen that.
You're not on the train. You see, the thing is,
That sounds so
you're not on
strange.
the trains.
have.
That's the thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Not even
Guys,
young boys.
come on,
I have
guys.
not even
Guys,
not
yes.
only young boys, old men.
Yeah.
It's true.
No, that is true.
It's true.
Yeah, that
Come
is
on,
true.
you've
Yes,
seen it.
yes.
Old men exposing their briefs?
Yes.
Not exposing.
They're not exposing.
No,
They just sit with their legs wide open.
And then their shorts are really short, and then you're like, really?
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
not everything
so
is
they-
taught on an old man either. So
Gerry, you've seen it for yourself, huh?
I've seen.
yeah,
They're unbashful, and your eyes cannot help but glance
Exactly.
over. Oh my god! Yeah.
so
yeah.
Glenn needs
it's
Glenn needs
like-
to go on a train ride with us. You
What
really
for?
do.
To see all these
Yes,
things.
yes, to open your eyes.
No need.
You need to go to like the kopitiam, and then
I-
you go like the guys with like.
I've been to a
their legs
kopitiam,
up.
but I've
Yeah,
not
that's
seen them.
true.
No, I like to sit like that at home as well. Sometimes,
okay,
if
you're
I'm
at
at
home.
the dining table, you just put
Yeah.
like one leg up like that. You
You're
know.
at home.
You're at home. Are you? And then are you wearing shorts that are too short that expose everything that's inside?
I am
I
usually
don't
my
want to ask.
boxers. Anyway, before boxer
you're at
shorts,
home.
yeah. Sometimes
at
I can hurt
home.
myself doing that. If I'm in boxer, now I wear boxer trunks. Much better.
Yes. Okay. Everything.
Well,
Everything.
see,
Everything's
I've
got
got a
some
photo.
space.
I've got
No,
a
it's
pho-
okay.
No,
it's
no.
okay.
I'm kidding.
Everything's tucked in nicely. Okay. Go on air.
Why?
Surfaces and Lost Lonely Boys. How far is your love? Right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. You see? In songs, they use the word love so much. Maybe that's why people use the word love so loosely these days.
It is possible. Good morning, Dr. Gerry.
Good morning. Our conversation is really, oh my goodness. But anyways,
Entertaining.
yes. Yeah. So we've covered so many things, right? Like the clothes, the what to do in certain situations. Yeah, so I do want parents to continue to share and chat openly with their youth and their teens. You know, we don't need to talk about the nitty-gritty. I mean, the details of it. Who wants to talk about it? But at least, I think to FD's point, to know where the children are at, so that you can discuss about their difficulties, their challenges, their fears, their worries. Then, because many of the young ones or the youth or even the adults that I see in session, they explore, they take it to a different level. So some of them take it to like BDSM. They are kings. Yeah. Or they ask partners to do like videos or photos, and the youth don't know how to discern right and wrong, right? So we get a lot of teenagers where someone online says, take a photo of your boobs, I want to see it because you sound so sexy, something like that.
Never do.
And-
Don't
or
do
friends.
that.
But they
No,
don't
never
know.
take photos.
They feel so warmed by whatever the person say, right? And we can be so appalled by the number of people that actually do that. So it's not that just the girls doing it, but one girl got into really, really big trouble because her photo was circulated in the entire school.
Yeah, there are many cases.
Another boy took photo of his penis and it was circulated. So they don't know what is right and what is wrong. And we need to let them know your body is sacred. So you know what? Don't show it for the entire world. You don't take photos of it.
Correct.
Or videos of yourself.
And they're very trusting. That's the thing with kids. They're very, very trusting, so it's easy to gain that trust and have them do these things and then completely get blown away by the person not being who they say they are.
So these two kids, right? We are thinking of predators on the internet. These two kids, their friends actually asked them to do it. Yeah. And that's why it got circulated in school.
But shout out to the
school.
parents, I mean, it's tough being a parent as well. So really shout out to the parents as well.
At that age.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Okay. Whatever
It is,
age you
it
are,
is.
never take
Yeah,
photos on
no,
the phone. Have you
no.
ever? Okay.
Anyway,
there you go.
I think we need to wrap up. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever?
Never.
I have.
Never.
But Polaroids.
Yeah, exactly. Like stuff that you have to develop and things like that. That's fine, but not on the
Correct.
digital
Not
devices
on the
these
digital-
days.
I've burned them all.
We need to go raid your house and see what there is.
All right, high five. There you go. You haven't lived like that. Anyway, but kids, okay, respect your bodies and like what Gerry said.
Respect your body.
Yes.
And Charlie Chaplin says, your naked body should only belong to those who fall in love with your naked soul.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Very
really nice.
Thank you,
Yes.
Gerry.
Thank you, Dr. Gerry.
Thank you for holding space for us to talk about this really difficult topic.
Oh, and before you go, because just now we did it on the Big Show TV early on, just very quickly, the talk that you're having, when is that happening again?
It's on the 24th of August.
Okay.
And Gabriel and myself will be speaking. She's a branding specialist and a personal branding specialist, and I'll talk about the mental health of women. So we are focusing on women that day.
All right.
So
Go tell
come
all your
join
friends.
us.
Right. Go tell your friends to watch today's edition of the Big Show TV, and there's a QR code there. You can scan it and book or rather chirp your seat. All right. Thank you very much, Gerry.
Bye. See you next week.
Take
Bye,
care.
Gerry.
Headline news and sports up next.
Wake up feeling good.